Hello Darts Nutz and welcome to Darts Review channel. I've had quite a lot of requests to review this, and this is the Harrows Prima, or is it Prima, darts case. And very nice little case. I think they spent 2 years developing the case. I think it was mainly to do with the shape of it and the fact that the rigid foam inside had to hold the darts right, and because of the shape it was all a long development process, but it just shows you what goes into some things that to us seem quite simple. But these are available in this colour, which is black, also red and aqua, and the retail for a very reasonable £16.95. So let's check it out. So as you can see, it comes in this plastic box, and you've got some details around the box on how to load the darts into which parts, and it tells you you can use it for steel or soft tip. It'll hold your stems, flights, player cards and soft tip points. Player cards are something that you can use when you're playing soft tip, but that looks more like a credit card there, so I guess you could put a credit card in if you wanted to, but I think you're better off keeping that in your pocket really. And the case itself, it kind of looks like a small binocular case. It's very neat, and as you can see, it's got this slightly rounded shape, and it's really nice and comfortable in the hand, an ergonomic shape, and it's quite a rigid style, but it's covered in this like imitation leather, so it all looks quite plush. And as you look, you've got a top section and a bottom section, and they're fitted on with these little press studs, and you've also got your little lanyard strap there, but if you want, I suppose you could take that off. Especially with soft tip players as well, they tend to have lots of accessories, so you could add extra things on that little loop. But if you just pull the press studs up and lift the lid off, have a look inside, and the lid, again, it must be like a hard plastic, and then it's covered in this like PVC material, polyurethane, but it's all very neatly done. And inside there's a rigid EVA foam. If I undo the bottom part, you should be able to see through. So the large holes are where you put your darts in that way. The small slits are for your flights. So on this side you've got a large slit, so that's for your player cards, and the holes on the side are for your stems or your soft tips. I'll put some darts in. So they go in the large hole, and as you can probably hear, it's gone down to the bottom there. So just for the sake of testing it, I don't really think it makes much difference which lid you put on where, but I think that's the top because it's got the hook on. So, but the only problem is, well, that's if it is a problem, the points are showing through on the other side, but I don't think you'd have to stick your fingers in if you were going to really stab your fingers, but something to be aware of. Get some nice green flights, should always have green flights. So they'll go in the little slot there, and some green stems of course, and they'll go in there, or if you wanted to you could put your tips in there. And if you were putting another set of darts in, you would put them in there. And somebody asked me to try them with a moulded flight, so there you go, that's a moulded flight. I think that's a Condor Axe flight, so there you go, it'll fit a moulded flight. Well, you put the other dart in and put the lid on, press the studs down, and there you go. So there's 2 sets of darts in there. Flights, I only put 1 set in, but you could put 2 in, and stems or tips. So probably holds just enough for most people, but I know some people like to carry a lot more stuff, so it's really dependent on what you want in a case. But if you want something really nice and neat and quite fancy and not too expensive, this certainly does the job. And obviously, because it's a hard, rigid outer, it's going to protect everything that's inside there. And when you want to take them out, you just take the lid off and you take your darts out ready to play. And basically that's it. So there you go. That's the Harrows Prima dart case, £16.95. So I'll leave you with a gallery where you can see some closer pictures of it and some more detail. It just feels so nice and comfortable to hold in the hand. And like I say, you've got your strap as well, so there you go. So that's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed watching it, and happy darting.